Right, we're taking the back wheel off to change the tyre. So to do that, it's 17mm socket, 22mm socket on the other side, 10mm spanner for the adjuster nut, and a 14mm spanner for the locking mechanism. So we have a 17mm socket on that side, a 22mm on the other side. Oh. The 22mm socket on the other side, just to stop the nut from turning. Right, loosen that off. Now we've loosened the wheel axle nut, we need to loosen off the adjuster, which is a 14mm. And the same on the other side. So we've wound the lock nut back, so now we need to just tighten the adjuster in to allow the wheel to go forward, put some slack on the chain. And you might be able to do this by hand. Oh yes. Same on the other side. Once they're slackened off, just push the wheel forward. Get that slack on there, and now the chain can come off. So with the nut loosened off, we'll just knock the axle through a little bit. Okay, keep these in order. Nut, then there's a washer, then there's the tensioning adjustment mechanism. We'll just knock that through, and then just pull this through. So bolt, washer, adjustment nut. Support the wheel a little bit as you pull it through. Push the wheel forward, lift the chain off, and just pull it back. And there we go. Right, once it's out, just lay it down sprocket side first. Don't forget, there's that little collar as well. Don't lose that. I might put a bit of tape over that actually just to keep it in place. But that's the wheel out. These Cush dry rubbers we'll put back in when the wheel comes back with the new tyre on. Right, we've got our wheel back. Putting the wheel on is still quite simple, but it's very, very important that you do it right. And if you're not competent or confident, then leave it to a mechanic, a proper mechanic. We've got the Cush drives back onto the sprocket. They're just, you can put them in like that, or you can actually just put them over there. Totally up to you. Next, the sprocket. Alright, now we have to slide it in, but being careful of the brake disc and the brake pads. You can just sometimes just gently pry open the gap between the brake pads. That'll make it a bit easier to slide in. Just slide it forward. There we are. Everything's in. Okay, with our axle with the adjustment on it, we need to feed this through the hole and line up with the wheel. Push it all the way forward, get this chain on it. Chain must be in good condition. There we go. Pull the wheel back. Obviously we need to tighten it a bit more, but let's put the other mechanism on the other side. So remember, we've got the adjuster and the washer. Then our lock nut. Now, this is a lock nut, so you really should use a new one. I'm going to have to order one, so I haven't got one. So for now, we'll just put it on. And we're going to torque this up when we get in position, 200 Newton meters, but that's not quite yet. Right, you notice the adjuster is like that, that's how it came off. I'm guessing if you needed the wheel further back against this pusher, you could maybe turn them around and this would be that side, but because the chain's in pretty good condition, I think we'll get away with as it was. So it's really important that you line this wheel up straight, and that this adjustment and the other side are exactly the same. Now there's a few ways you can do it. You can count the threads that you turn on each of these adjustables. You can use these little grooves to line up the markers on either side, or you could even just measure the gap with a caliper. And if you have the chain alignment tool, there's a little chain alignment tool which goes on the top. It lines straight down the wheel, because you attach it to the sprocket, and the chain has to be in line with that tool. But I'm quite happy just measuring it. Way too much slack. That's probably normal for a normal bike, a bigger bike, but for this bike we need about 5mm, which isn't very much at all. And that's up on the stand, not leant over on the side stand. So we're going to adjust this to pull it back. Right, so to adjust it, to tighten it up, we need to push this back, pull it back pretty much as I can. So we'll get our little 10mm spanner and we'll just wind it. And as you can see, doesn't take much. So before we tighten the wheel spindle, let's just have another look. See if we can find a tight spot in the chain. And that's where we measure it from. To be honest, that chain's in really good condition. I think maybe the tightest spot was about there. No, I'm happy with that. And at the moment we've got 27mm from there to there. We'll try the other side. Won't be too much this time. Just slacking it back off by moving it in. 27. Check the other side. 27. So that's nearly 10mm. So we'll do a little bit more. We'll do one rotation on the nut head on both sides. Now you can obviously use a ruler. And it's about 7mm, which I think is the spec, between 5 and 7mm. Now I do have a chain adjustment tool actually. I might go and see if I can find that. So this is the chain alignment tool, but you have to take this off to do it. But basically just screw it onto the sprocket, make sure the chain's in a nice straight line. It works, but you have to take that off. This is my chain slack tool. Just move it up and down accordingly. Let's have a quick look, see what this is. So you locate that in the chain and that at the bottom of the bracket. Right. So let's see how far it moves. Oh, that looks bang on 5mm. Don't know if you can see, but I'm happy with that. Let's just check this gap one last time. Still on 27 mil. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, right. Tighten these lock nuts up now. And that's our 14 mil spanner to hold it in place. Exactly the same on the other side. Right, now tighten this up. Now this on a 12 inch is 100 Newton meters. Listen for that lovely little click. There we go. 100 Newton meters. Right, just finally, just check again. That we're still happy. Right, that wasn't too bad really. Hope you found that useful. You know, if you do feel confident, have a go at it yourself. It'll save you quite a bit of money taking the wheel down to a tyre changer than the whole bike, because he will charge you the labour for doing the wheels on and off as well. Next video will be the front wheel. A little bit more tricky because I haven't got a pike stand for the front. But yeah, subscribe, do all the likey things and thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video for the front wheel and tyre.